It's Joelle Talentino-style energy here, and if you're into turning long videos into snackable, scroll-stopping clips, this one's definitely for you. I've been using a bunch of these AI editors for a while, and today I'm walking you through my tests of Opus Clip and Chop AI, revealing why Vizard has become my go-to tool lately. Think of this as a friendly breakdown, just sharing what actually worked for me in real-world workflows. So first in the setup, I grabbed a recent podcast interview and ran the exact same source file through both Opus Clip and Chop AI. Both platforms are straightforward. You paste your link or upload a file, hit generate, and they return a batch of vertical-ready clips with captions. That basic clip generation process is pretty standard across all the tools now. But the real difference, the magic or the mess, lives in the details like clip selection, framing, and text accuracy. Let's start with Opus Clip, which is incredibly fast, like annoyingly fast in the best possible way. I use it several times a week for client content when sheer volume is the top priority. It will crank out a huge number of clips quickly, apply basic captions, and even give you a performance score for each result. That speed is phenomenal if you're trying to churn content and keep your entire pipeline consistently full. But here is the critical catch. Speed does not automatically equal polish. In my experience, Opus typically gets you about 70 to 80% of the way to a final product. The AI often selects long, rambling chunks of speech that don't make for tight hooks, or it crops the frame awkwardly, missing that cinematic punch-in you need. The auto captions are decent, but names and accents get butchered, meaning I spend necessary time cleaning up text and trimming for that instant hook. Now, Chop AI feels distinctly different when you run the same test. You will definitely notice that it's slower to process, but the resulting clips are noticeably more refined. It seems to stitch together great lines from across the interview, giving you short sequences that read like a mini narrative instead of one dragged-out sentence. It also offers nice extras like background music presets, punch zoom effects, and a cleaner default font set for presentation. For my use cases, Chop AI's generated clips were consistently closer to being publish-ready right out of the gate. That human-trained angle, they claim, is somewhat visible, as its decisions feel more editorially intelligent, especially with longer podcast sources. The main downside is that this thoughtful piecework takes longer to generate, making it less ideal when you need massive quantity immediately. So, to quickly summarize the trade-off, Opus Clip gives you quantity and speed, while Chop AI delivers quality and editorial taste, but at a slower pace. Both of these are undeniably solid tools, depending entirely on your current project needs. But here is where Vizard enters the conversation for me, striking the sweet spot for creators wanting both scale and polish without becoming a full-time editor. Let me be perfectly clear. Vizard is not just another basic caption and crop machine. It's built around 3 core features that fundamentally change my content planning: auto-editing, viral clips, auto-schedule, and a content calendar that centralizes everything. And to be clear, those aren't just marketing buzzwords. Those are features I actively use every single week. First up is the auto-editing viral clips feature. Vizard's AI focuses on surfacing the moments most likely to perform: hooks, emotional beats, and punchlines, stitching them into clips that feel intentionally edited, not just randomly chopped. This translates to fewer awkward mid-sentence captions and dead space openings, resulting in clips that start strong and end with a satisfying snap. When I tested this against the same podcast, Vizard pulled small, viral-ready moments from disparate parts of the interview and combined them into compact shorts that genuinely made narrative sense. The resulting captions were solid, the timing felt spot on, and most importantly, the clips consistently hit under 45 seconds, which is the sweet spot for reels and shorts. The second major feature is the brilliant auto-schedule function. This feature is severely underrated until you actually integrate it into your weekly routine. You simply set your desired posting frequency, and Vizard automatically queues and publishes the clips exactly according to those preset parameters. For creators managing multiple accounts or running client channels, this transforms posting from a full-time chore into something that effortlessly just happens in the background. I set weekly frequencies for 2 different clients, and this single feature reduced my content operations time by several hours every single week. Say goodbye to manual uploads, endless file renaming, or the nagging worry about forgetting today's scheduled short. Finally, we arrive at the content calendar view. Here, you can actually see the entire content pipeline: what's scheduled, what needs tweaks, and what's currently live, all consolidated in one view. That single pane of glass approach is extremely handy because it forces you to immediately think beyond simple creation and focus on true content strategy. You can tweak captions, swap out the creative, or reschedule a high-performing clip to a better time, all without needing to re-export or re-upload anything. Now, I must stress that Vizard is not a perfect tool, because frankly, no software platform ever is. But the key thing I discovered is that Vizard significantly reduces that usual, painful trade-off between speed and output quality. Opus gets you a lot quickly, but demands post-production tweak time, while Chop AI delivers cleaner clips, but requires a longer generation wait. Vizard sits right in the middle, and then sneaks ahead by automating the crucial publishing side, letting you spend less time editing and more time brainstorming the next big idea. Getting practical here. When I ran the Vizard on a couple of my longer interviews, I rarely ever needed to jump into deep editing those generated clips. I would mainly just glance at the captions, quickly correct a stubborn name or two, maybe swap out a B-roll suggestion, and then immediately schedule it for posting. Furthermore, Vizard's flexible output gave me great confidence to repurpose content across multiple platforms without losing any impact on any of them. Now, let's quickly circle back to the specific limitations of the others so you get the complete, real picture of the landscape. Opus Clip's throughput is great for channels needing hundreds of clips, but for creators focused on virality and brand voice, the required polishing time often eats into creative idea generation. Chop AI offers awesome curated output for high-precision editing, but the slower generation speed and cost per clip make it tricky for maintaining a steady publishing quantity. Vizard delivers production speed, paired with scheduling automation that genuinely replaces a significant chunk of manual publishing work, which is a less obvious but massive benefit. To give you one practical example, I recently tested this workflow against a client's 90-minute interview recording. Opus spit out dozens, which was good for inventory, but 80% needed trimming, while Chop AI gave me 5 pristine shorts after a long wait. Vizard, however, delivered 12 strong clips, needing only light touch-ups, and it automatically handled the scheduling across 2 of their main social platforms. The concrete result was more consistent posting, far less manual labor, and a noticeable uptick in engagement because content was hitting at those optimal scheduled times. So my final thought is this. If you're building a serious content funnel and you care about being both prolific and strategic, Vizard is absolutely worth your time to test. If your immediate singular focus is raw speed and high volume, then Opus Clip remains a very solid pick for you. And if your single priority is achieving the most polished individual clip, and you have the patience for the wait, Chop AI definitely still shines brightest there. I plan to keep using all 3 tools in different contexts, but for day-to-day scaling with significantly less headache, Vizard is where I land more and more often. It helps me create viral-ready clips, schedule them automatically, and manage the entire content calendar, which, frankly, acts as a massive productivity multiplier for solo creators and small teams. If you've tried any of these 3 tools, please drop a comment below and tell me specifically what you liked or what you absolutely hated about them. Which tool genuinely saves you the most time? And conversely, which one consistently brings you the most views? I'm genuinely curious to know. If there's enough interest, I can create a follow-up video showing a detailed behind-the-scenes test comparing the side-by-side exports from Opus Clip, Chop AI, and Vizard. Alright everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Please hit that like button if you found any part of this breakdown helpful, and I will see you in the next video, where we keep making content faster and better. Until then, keep optimizing those workflows and keep creating great things.